This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen. It's Monday, October 25th.
Well, two people are injured on a motorcycle Sunday night when their vehicle strikes a burrow on Highway 160 right here in Pahrump. Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, and auxiliary units were dispatched to a vehicle versus animal accident on Sunday night on Highway 160 near Bella Vista. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue checked out the occupants on scene, and they were transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital. The two individuals were riding a motorcycle on Highway 160 when they struck a burrow, which was part of a herd crossing the highway at that time. Nye County Animal Control arrived on scene and attempted to locate the animal to see the extent of injuries. The condition of the animal is unknown at this time.
A two-vehicle crash in Pahrump results in considerable damage to both vehicles, but no one was seriously hurt.
Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a two-vehicle crash on Homestead and Dandelion Street on Saturday night. Though both vehicles sustained major damage, all occupants declined to be transported to local medical facilities, claiming injuries at the time of the crash. Nye County Sheriff's Office auxiliary units diverted traffic around the intersection while the investigation was conducted by the Nye County Sheriff's Office. At the most recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, an agenda item discussing the possibility of cannabis consumption lounges within the Nye County was up for deliberation.
At the October 19th Board of County Commissioners meeting, an agenda item discussing the issuance of permits for cannabis consumption lounges within Nye County was discussed. The agenda item asked commissioners to either make a determination for or against the permitting process to be allowed for these consumption lounges, or to direct county staff to come up with a solution for issuing permits once input has been received from the state's Cannabis Compliance Board. Commissioner Blundo made a motion to direct county staff to work with the Compliance Board and come back to the board members once a strategy was agreed upon.
I'll make a motion to allow cannabis consumption lounges in Nye County, to direct staff to inform the Cannabis Compliance Board, as stated in the letter in the backup, and we will begin working on code to reflect that in our county code as well.
Jabor seconds.
Motion by Blundo, second by Jabor.
The reason for this motion in the first place is because of a recent state law change that Governor Sisolak signed that allowed consumption lounges to be established statewide starting this month. Nevada state law currently allows for individuals 21 years or older to purchase and possess cannabis for consumption within a private residence only. This is a problem for tourists coming to our state because of strict gaming laws that have a complete prohibition of cannabis usage at hotels that are attached to any casino. Any individual caught consuming cannabis in a public area, hotel rooms, and temporary rentals such as an Airbnb rental may be subject to a misdemeanor charge. As most of you know, you don't have to go far to see or smell obvious consumption of cannabis in public areas. If this motion passes and is implemented, there will now be a legal option for visitors to the area to legally purchase and consume cannabis. But Commissioner Donna Cox had a strong opinion about this agenda item and voted against it.
God, we're going to hell in a handbasket. I swear to God. Yeah, because I thought all this was going to be in-home use only, and now we're at this level. Where will it go next? I'm going to vote against. I'm just not comfortable with it. Thank you.
The measure passed to be forwarded on to county staff with a vote of 4-1. For KPVM, I'm Matthew Davis.
And we'll be back with more News 25 right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
And welcome back. And Nye County commissioners are set to discuss a proposed increase for local law enforcement. Here's more on that story.
Over the course of several meetings and discussions, the collective bargaining agreement negotiated between the county and the Law Enforcement Association was brought up for a vote by the board. The reason for this new agreement is to address the turnover rate for staff at the sheriff's office and hopefully act as an effective tool for employee retention and recruitment. This new agreement represents a total commitment of $34.73 million from taxpayers over the life of this contract. For reference, this new collective bargaining agreement is an increase of $3.45 million from the baseline amount on the previous pay structure. Before voting, the commissioners took a few moments to thank county staff for their hard work in negotiating this pay structure and also give thanks to the hard work that law enforcement professionals in this county provide to the community.
One of the frustration is the turnover, and we had to address that here. But I think we got a lot of things cleaned up here in a very positive win-win scenario manner. I think the public understands that there's a cost associated to it, but when you call 911, there's several things you expect: the sheriff, the ambulance, and fire, and we have to be able to provide the resources for those resources to respond to your emergency.
We appreciate what everything has happened. The people who were working this thing, Mr. Michardi and the county folks that worked on this diligently on a continuous basis. It was hard. We have the HR, we have the county staff that worked this thing very hard.
Just wanted to say very quickly that I have pushed and pushed and pushed for years to get a raise for these officers. I'd still like to give them more. I like, this is spread out over a 3-year period. I would have liked to have seen it just taken care of right now. I think we are like the lowest paid department, at least in Clark County and Nye County, as far as the police department goes.
After the comments from commissioners were completed, the collective bargaining agreement was adopted with a vote of 5-0. For KPVM, I'm Matthew Davis.
Well, hundreds of people made their way to Ian Deutsch Memorial Park in Pahrump this past weekend. They were there to have fun at the Pahrump Disability Outreach Program's annual Pumpkin Days. PDOP's David Berukowitz says everyone seems to have been excited about this year's event.
It's been great. We've had an amazing turnout. People are definitely ready to get back out and enjoy the outdoors. We did our Monster Dash this morning, which was amazing. We had 50 participants, which is our normal, which was great. We've had a pumpkin carving contest. We've had our costume parade. We had the spaghetti eating contest yesterday that went great. It's been just amazing. I mean, you can see there's lines for the cotton candy and snow cones as usual. The bull has been nonstop. He's been a great addition this year, literally nonstop since we opened. It's just been an awesome weekend so far. We worked hard on the hay maze this year. We actually did something we've never done, which was design it with tape first. And what that allowed us to do was see the perspective of the maze while looking down at it, where you're normally blocked by the hay bales. And it definitely allowed us to kind of have that ability to set up the maze in a way where you feel better going through it. So for sure, it's been great. So Pumpkin Days is the fundraiser for the Pahrump Disability Outreach Program, or PDOP. Our organization provides a social support group for children and adults with disabilities. We have monthly social groups, and then we advocate for children in their education hearings and any other things that they need in life. And this is the fundraiser, and so all of these funds go back to provide resources to do those things. No one here is getting paid. We have about 120 volunteers between our organization and many of the high school organizations, as well as community members who just want to help. And without them, we'd be lost. But so they come, they volunteer their time. All of the funds raised go back into the organization. And then for the next year, we have the monies to provide those resources to the families. And obviously, over the 12 years, we've evolved, and it's a lot bigger than it was to begin with. And it's heartwarming. We have a lot of kids that come up and just say how grateful they are. So that's what this is about. I mean, as you walk through the pumpkins, you can see we're already dwindling. We started with just shy of 2,000 pumpkins, and they're selling rapidly. And we try to keep our prices competitive so that you can come and get a relatively cheap pumpkin and still be able to have fun for the weekend.
And the Pahrump Valley chapter of the Rotary Club International hosted an event with Rosemary Clark Middle School where Rotarians donated copies of the United States Constitution to students.
With an impressive age of well over 200 years old, the United States Constitution is the world's longest surviving written charter of government. And the local chapter of the Rotary Club hosted an event where they distributed copies of the Constitution and provided them to students at the middle school. The president of the Rotary Club, Eddie Williams, took some time to talk about the difference the Rotarians are making with this event.
Delivering our Constitution to the 8th graders here at Rosemary Clark Middle School. And it's very important that the students understand the foundational process of our government so they can understand their basic rights and how they can redress their government if they need to redress it. So it's an important thing that we think a lot of kids are not being taught anymore in our public school system. And we as Rotarians are really excited about kind of like bringing that back into the public school system so that kids, as they grow up, can understand how the government works, because that's the foundational document that governs our whole country. And we always constantly hear courts, judges, and make a decision whether it's constitutional or not constitutional. So everything flows right back to this United States Constitution.
8th grade children are getting ready to learn about the U.S. Constitution, and the Rotarians have decided to provide them with booklets regarding the U.S. Constitution. There will be a contest, and it is a graded event for the students. You know, we know kids have creative minds, so put your talents to work. If you are the chosen winner, you will receive a $100 gift card for the child that wins. The teacher that teaches that child will also win a $100 gift card. There will be a plaque with their name that can be displayed here at the school, and then all the students that participate in the program will receive a participation medal.
These constitutions will be given to all of our students who are taking U.S. history, so our 8th grade students. It's very exciting. It's wonderful to teach the history of our Constitution to our students. It's just an important concept for them to understand. We have wonderful U.S. history teachers that make sure that the students really get the full experience of the Constitution through their lessons, through the curriculum that's from the state, things they've created, activities. But these constitutions that the students are receiving just enriches those projects. I know that in years past, the constitutions given by Rotary have come out a little later in the year. But this year, our U.S. history teachers are excited because the constitutions are aligning directly with their lessons. So students currently are learning about Articles of Confederation. They're moving into Constitution. And this project is going to be an actual mandated assignment that the students are given credit for in class. So we're going to have a lot of participation, and I'm very excited to see what projects we get out of this and being able to reward our students that put the extra work in.
Well, if your student is being bullied, we're going to tell you what you can do about it right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. October is National Bullying Prevention Month. It's an issue that impacts many children. In fact, 1 in every 5 students reports being bullied. So what can parents do to help protect them?
All the research shows that the #1 protective factor for children who are struggling is having at least one trusted adult who they can turn to. So I recommend to all the parents I speak with to set aside 5 to 10 minutes every single day just to talk to your kids. It can be about anything.
Dr. Zaid Khan is a psychiatrist for Cleveland Clinic Children's. He says the key is to be consistent with those conversations. That way your child feels comfortable opening up to you. Parents should also pay attention for any obvious changes in their behavior, which could indicate that something is wrong. For example, they may keep coming up with reasons why they can't go to school, or they are acting more withdrawn or depressed. Dr. Khan says a trend he notices with parents he talks to is that many times the child feels alone when they're being bullied. And it's just another reason why it's important for bystanders to intervene.
Finding a way to sort of pull them from that situation and also interrupt with the bullying, what they're doing, because it's a power struggle at that moment, and they're showing the perceived dominance. And if you're able to kind of take them away, you might confuse the bully, and you'd also have the chance to show your support for the victim in those times.
Dr. Khan says if you're concerned about your child, you can always reach out to their school or pediatrician for help. There are also plenty of great resources available online.
Hi, and it's Monday, and that means one thing. It's time again to meet our pet available for adoption from one of our local shelters. For today's Save a Pet, we head back over to Desert Haven Animal Society, where Darby O'Donnell Westerman introduces us to a beautiful black dog named Jade.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Jade. Jade is an all-black Belgian Shepherd, gorgeous dog. Probably, I would roughly say about like 8 years old or so. So friendly, very, very active still. She is on the larger side, probably closer to 100 pounds. Very active though, and she loves her little piggy. She has 2 in her kennel. They say that she's obsessed with them. They're actually like the ones you can get at Walmart, but she loves them so much, and she loves to prance around and show them to you and play with them. She's just a little sweetheart. So she's all black, completely black with a little bit of longer fur and everything. Looks like a German Shepherd, but all blacked out really. The thing is about Belgian Shepherd is they're amazing for property protection. They love to be out in the yard. They typically don't want to come back inside even if it's really hot outside. Very, very, very loving to their families, but very, very protective over their families. So if you're looking for a doggy that's like an inside outside doggy that's also going to go and protect your home and just loves their family so much, Jade is definitely the dog for you. Jade was an owner surrender. There was a new dog that moved into the home and she didn't go and get along with him. They do say at the shelter though that she actually gets along with cats and other dogs all the time. So we're sure that she actually can go and fit into a multi-family like home with different puppies and kitties and everything. She would just need to go and be introduced properly, and she definitely would need some training though. These dogs are amazing with training. They act like they don't like to hear you though. I would know, we actually have one. And they like to have selective hearing. So she would be an amazing family dog though, and she can get along with a whole bunch of other doggies and kitties. So Jade is a senior, so that means she does qualify for the senior to senior program. So seniors over the age of 60 get free adoption fees with her. And then of course, Desert Haven always offers free adoption fees to veterans. So if anyone would like to come and see Jade or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, just give them a call, 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I knew I should have bet money on the rain, but it is raining up here right now. It wasn't raining earlier.
And the wind.
We're going to find out more about our weather right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. So happy we made it through the weekend. Oh man, I was up in Alaska, just flew into town. Boy, are my arms tired. Ba-dum-bump. That one never gets old. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, all the way down to Goldfield. Wow, 50 degrees. You're in lockstep. Beatty breaking out of the pack at 63 degrees. Amargosa, I don't know what's going on. You guys mostly march in lockstep with Vegas, but look at you, only 70 degrees. Vegas all the way up to 80, and Death Valley all the way down to 80. This crazy weather Monday, I don't know. Let's take a look here in the Paradise of Pahrump. 57 degrees is our current temperature. That's not too bad. It was 70 a little bit earlier, although we are kind of getting the schmutz coming down right now, aren't we? It's falling gently. Chocolate rain, southwesterly winds to 22 miles per hour. That humidity has been kicking up in the 50s and 60% all day long. Sun rose this morning in all its glory and promise at 7 a.m. and it's setting this evening real early, 5:54 p.m. We'll get down to low tonight about 43 degrees. Those winds continuing out of the north at 15 miles per hour. These showers are going to be scattering about the valley and hitting us for the next 3-4 hours. And then lo and behold, tomorrow, the sun will come up tomorrow. Oh, we're going to have a beautiful day. Sunshine, temperatures returning to trim, about 67 degrees, getting even warmer all the way up to the high 70s next 4 or 5 days. Actually, the rest of the week. Come Saturday and Sunday, well, we're going to have a little more cloud cover, but those winds will be calm throughout the week, and sunshine, not too bad, upper 70s. Sounds like a pretty good week ahead of us. I'm looking forward to it. Other than like right now, it's Jake. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks so much. And I was kind of shocked to see some of that rain because we never get any rain where I live around town. You said that you got a little bit.
I got some rain. Yep.
And I knew it was going to skirt us just a little bit today. But we want to talk about Halloween because hopefully we'll be having some good weather then. We are going to be at Petrick Park, the Halloween Spooktacular that's been going on inside the Bob Roode for years. We're also helping out and having booths or even, I think we're allowed to have the trunks now for the trunk or treat out there on the grass. And we're going to have trick-or-treaters. So everybody who wants to get involved in this, it is free. You just need to buy candy. And if you want to give us a call or a text, 775-299-9992. Even individuals, families, organizations, come on down. It's going to be so much fun on Halloween from 5 to 8 p.m. at Petrick Park, 775-299-9992. And we are collecting candy. You can drop it off here at KPVM or at Quality Signs and Designs right across from Saddle West. And we will see you back here tomorrow. I'm Deanna.
I'm Stacy.
Good night.